Hello again. This is a pneumatic jack that I recently purchased off of eBay. I thought I'd go over my initial impressions, some issues that I encountered, some changes that I've made, and let you watch it do a couple lifts. This unit measures 5.5 inches from the ground to the top of this rubber pad. And the listing says it can lift to 15.5 inches. And I was real careful with the hardware because I've had experience in the past where you try to tighten them a little too much and it snaps. But in this case, it seemed to work pretty good. Up here on this, where you insert the handle into this lower section, on the inside there was really heavy burrs from when they drilled and tapped. And I had to take a grinder and grind those down on the inside before this would even slide in. Both these metric taps I had to chase because the screws wouldn't start. Everything was loose. I had to tighten everything up. A couple things I've changed. Well, the fitting that they supply for your air coupling, it didn't match anything here that I had. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's European or Asian, I don't know. But I just used a quick disconnect that I had, and that fit in the valve perfectly. This valve here, I changed it. They had it mounted so when you move the lever, it would extend out here. So I just rotated it up and reposition this handle, so now it's just like so, and it doesn't protrude and you don't have to worry about bending it. Another change that I made was I welded on a piece of bar stock across the front here on these supports when you want to stand it up, and it's just a handle. It just makes it a whole lot easier to pick up and move around, because this probably weighs 35 pounds. One other accessory I made for it was this. Now, what I didn't like about this was if you put it under your car and you try to lift on the pinch weld, I mean, the rubber's nice, but this is just going to bend something. So I had some flat rubber stock, and I made a metal bracket that just slides over the top of this, and I can rotate it whichever direction I want. And your pinch weld on your rocker panels will slide right into that, and you can lift it without damaging the car. So I'll put this thing on the floor, and I'll lift the back of my tractor up. My compact diesel, the back of the tractor weighs about 900 pounds as it sits. So let me get things rearranged and we'll go from there. And as you can see, it has wheels on the front, which makes it kind of nice to wheel around. And we'll wheel it under my tractor here. Let's see, I'm going to take that accessory I made off for this lift because I don't need it. We'll go back under the tractor. And we'll lift it right about there. Okay, I got the air hose connected, and we'll do a lift. And I'm not concerned about speed. I only have that valve open just a little bit. And my compressor just kicked in for a minute. So I don't know, I guess I had the whole rear end of the tractor lifted up at least 4 inches. And of course you would use jack stands to support the tractor if you're going to do any work on it. We'll open the release valve. And again, I'm not worried about speed, I'm just worried about convenience and not having to lug around a floor jack and Now this does have flow control on it, so it won't just drop like a rock. That's full open. It's a little notchy coming down, but again, I don't care. Down she comes. Wonder if Bigelow Brooks Farms is watching this. This would be something good for you. Ask Santa. See if she'll get you one. And I'll get my car and we'll do a lift on that. Okay, I've positioned the jack under the front right wheel of my car. And this happens to be a 2016 Kia Soul. Not a tremendous amount of weight. I've decided to use my accessory lifting block with a slot in the center to go up against those pinch wells on the rocker panel. Let's see if I can get this where you can see. Can you see? There we go. Again, speed is not my goal. Oops, gotta close the vent valve. And front wheels coming off the ground. Again, a little notchy. And I'm just running about 90 psi. But it seems to work pretty good. For my needs anyway. And a little down. And my rubber block is coming down as well. Oops. Yep, it's coming down. Works good. Let's try it on the back. I'm going to try to lift the entire rear end, lifting under the hitch. I've repositioned the jack to the back of my car, and I'm going to try to lift on the hitch so I can get both rear wheels off the ground. And this time I'll even remember to close the vent valve first, and we'll supply the air. Again, notchy, but it works. And both rear wheels are off the ground. And then I could put jack stands under the car and not have to worry about this collapsing. So all in all, I'm relatively pleased. We'll let her back down. Boink. Thanks again for taking the time to watch my videos, and have a nice day.